off. How's it going, everybody? I haven't been able to do much of anything right now. I know that this has been a little bit more of a... Because right now, YouTube isn't really going to take anyone's side, considering that the drama kind of exposed a lot of things that are going on right now. And a lot of people are talking about the Ethan and Keemstar drama, revealing some truth to the situation about how YouTube treats people in the community. And we realize that YouTube has been a little bit, a little bit more, biased towards the situation, implementing a new rule about videos and about the harassment. I have no ill will towards Keemstar or Ethan in this situation, but it does kind of reveal the sort of nepotism and all that other shit that's been happening on the internet. And we realize YouTube has been a little bit more to the fact that Gokinaru kind of revealed the video. And of course, a lot of things have been going on lately that's been a little bit more drastic on this situation. YouTube has been discussing whether it's harassment or not. When a lot of people have talked about this issue and pointing out the reasonable arguments here, I kind of had to agree with a lot of them. Now, it seems that H3 had flagged down Gokinaru's video, and a lot of people have talked about the video in question. And I'm going to go ahead and put out Grade A Under A's video. So here we go. Since he has returned back to YouTube, so I'm going to let his opinion to see what you guys think of his opinion on this one. So here we go. Here's the video. Enjoy.
Oh, yes, mate. Hot, juicy drama. Thanks, guys. My favorite. You all right, mate? Listen, I didn't want to make a video on this drama, right? Okay, maybe I did. So I will. So I'll present my brand new one-off show, Drama Review. For all you drama addicts out there, this is where I'll review the big drama that went on between H3 Productions and Keemstar this past week or so, right? And let you know exactly what I thought about it. Let's go. Watch me. I got it. Oh, mate, this drama was a good one, innit? The fan base was so polarized in this one, right? With the community split in two and everyone picking a side. And spoiler alert, do you want to know whose side I was on? Neither of them. Because this drama sucked. Puh, mate, it was shit. It was shit. Absolute shit. It was the shittest drama I've ever witnessed in my entire shit life. And there goes my monetization. Fuck. By the way, just a friendly reminder to everyone watching, right? But you don't have to pick a side in every YouTube drama that goes on. You do know that, right? Now, sometimes sitting on the fence and having criticisms of both sides is the best option. And believe me, right, the side to pick in this fucking unnecessarily long and drawn-out drama that went absolutely nowhere was definitely Nava. Hey! I got something. Because it was so predictable. Listen, in the 3.5 years that I was gone from YouTube, yeah, I expected the fine art that is YouTube drama to have evolved a little. Like, I was expecting YouTube beef in 2020 to end in something cool. Like a drive-by shooting, going head-to-head in family fortunes, framing each other for a murder they didn't commit. But no. It's still just two butthurt dudes playing digging up old clips that prove you're a cunt tennis. Except that Gokinaru video. Fucking hell, that was really well made. Like, for fuck's sake, mate. At least leak each other's nudes or something. Seriously, if I don't see Ethan and Keem in a WWE Hell in a Cell match by the end of the week to give me something to get excited about, I'm gonna be pissed. I got soul! And this drama wasn't even entertaining. This was fucking boring. Like, yes, it held all of our attention, don't get me wrong, right? But that's because it's COVID lockdown and we all clearly had nothing better to do than watch these two old senile boomers go at it. Like, it was either this or watch James Charles' new Instant Influencer series. And fuck that. And I'm super bad. And it wasn't funny either. I genuinely didn't laugh once in all 5 of the drama videos made between Ethan and Keem. And I don't think any of you lot did either, did ya? Because all of these were crap. because there weren't any jokes. Like, listen, yeah, I get that it's YouTube drama going on, right? But for fuck's sake, mate, at least try and pepper in some jokes to season this otherwise bland as fuck meal, so I don't die of boredom. Please? Is that too much to ask? And Ethan's videos were especially unfunny. Like, they felt so preachy and way too serious. They were just super sad, almost emotional videos designed not to entertain you, but to make you feel bad. It was kind of like those puppy charity commercials asking you to sponsor a dog for just £2 a month. Except it was less that and more an emotional battle call to all of his subscribers to start YouTube World War 2020. Which isn't really smart at all, is it? Giving me those apocalypse vibes, do you know what I mean? Seriously, right? This drama was literally the Iraq War of YouTube. Because there was an evil terrorist element who needed to be stopped, right? And there was a big war movement to try and do something about it. Except the end effort didn't really accomplish a fucking thing, right? And just destabilized the area, leaving it even worse off than when we started. And why? Because Ethan played the cancel culture card. Seriously, right? This was a really dumb move. People already know that Keem's a bit of an idiot, right? But honestly, so is Ethan. Another comparison to the Iraq War. He's not a smart guy. He's an idiot. And I think people have started to see that over the past few years. Like, Ethan is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
What exactly does the Catholic Church do except rape kids? Our Neanderthal cousins were probably just raping like crazy. Women are in a nature setting, like, to be conquered.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed at all. It's like Ethan's brain and his math had an argument 3 years ago, right? And he hasn't done that whole think before you speak thing since at least 2017. Just like Keem. Oh my god, mate. It's like they're the same guy. They're both egotistical and intellectual equals. Just one tries a little harder to hide what he's actually like. Again, that Gokunaru video, fuck me, man. Really well made. Listen, right, I just think he handled this so badly and so fucking irresponsibly. Like, I think that Ethan going after sponsors as publicly as he did was such a bad move, right? For a myriad of reasons. Myriad, mate. That's a fancy word for shitload. But listen, this video's long enough already. And explaining exactly why that's so bad is quite a bit to unpack, right? So I'll do that in my next video. Should be out on Sunday or so, mate. Until then, follow my Twitch, mate. Peace.
That's just how it goes.
Alright, here's another video.
That's just how it goes. That's just how we roll now.
What is up, guys? Tipster here, and today I have a new video for you guys. And today isn't a more traditional news video like I tend to do on this channel. I just kind of want to have a discussion about the Gokunaru video takedowns and whether or not, you know, I believe that H3H3 had something to do with it. A lot of people are speculating that H3H3 is responsible for the mass takedowns of this particular video. And I do have some thoughts on the situation that I want to share, and I kind of want to go over things. But before we get into that, I just want to do a brief recap on the situation. We all know about the amazing Gokunaru video on H3H3. It was like a big expose on a lot of the hypocrisies of Ethan Klein, as well as, you know, a lot of, you know, things that are worthy of criticism in regards to Ethan Klein from H3H3. And it was a fantastic video. It was uploaded back in 2018, I believe, and it was actually taken down a year later after the video was released. And a lot of people speculated that Ethan had something to do with it, and we will definitely discuss those reasons why. But let's fast forward to the current day. There is this beef between Keemstar and H3H3. H3 put out multiple videos on Keemstar exposing him for various reasons, some of which are valid criticisms of Keemstar. Keemstar is definitely not a saint, and he has done a lot of bad things in the past that he is worthy of being called out for. In fact, some of those things are actually not that long ago. So there are definitely some valid criticisms against Keem there, but there was also a little bit of manipulation of the information to portray certain situations in a negative light when maybe that wasn't the case. The videos were kind of all over the place. I have very mixed feelings on them because, like I said, some of the criticisms in those videos are valid, other ones not so much. But whatever the case may be, whatever, you know, wherever you fall on the fence on this particular situation, whatever side you fall on, Keemstar has responded a couple of times, and on his third response, he actually did something that a lot of people thought was a very smart move, and that was to re-upload the infamous Gokunaru video in an edited form onto the Drama Alert channel. And I actually was, you know, in the middle of watching the video, as a lot of people were. I had seen the original video in its original uploaded form. But I figured if this video is re-uploaded now, why not go ahead and take another look at it? And right in the middle of my viewing of the video, this happened. Was in the middle of watching the Goku video on Keemstar's Drama Alert channel, and it actually got flagged down while at YouTube. And as we can see there, it was flagged for harassment and bullying. And again, instantly people started pointing fingers at Ethan over this situation. Keemstar was understandably upset about it, and he says, "I demand answers. My new video was falsely taken down for harassment. It was in full line with YouTube's terms of service. This is an absolute outrage." And YouTube responded basically saying, "Hey, this actually does break our rules according to our new guidelines effective December of 2019. And they said that you could see some more details here. So they were basically saying that, no, you say it doesn't break the rules. We disagree. We think that it does. And, you know, like I said, a lot of people were understandably upset about that. But in addition to the takedown on the Drama Alert channel, we also saw this. I tweeted out this. I am receiving multiple reports that several re-uploads of the Goku video on H3H3 Productions are being taken down. Can confirm that several of the copies sent to me are now down. So it does look like YouTube has kind of blacklisted this video. So if you re-upload this video, it's going to be taken down, and very quickly, in fact. In fact, Bo Blacks actually tweeted, Goku video has been hard blocked on YouTube, and he tweets out a screenshot where he tried to re-upload it, and it was removed. Not eligible for monetization, and just completely removed from YouTube for violation of terms and policies. So very interesting. If you actually try to re-upload this video, it's just hard blocked. Like, YouTube's just not allowing it. Absolutely not okay. Some people have suggested if you edit out the skits in the video, that the video will remain up. And I have seen that some uploads without the skits are indeed still up. But again, a lot of people are looking to H3H3 about this and saying, hey, did you have something to do with this? Now, Keemstar tweeted out the following. He says, if the internet has ever needed proof, the H3H3 Productions calls up YouTube to have legit criticism about him removed. You have it now. This is unfair and unjust. I didn't even get a strike. They just simply deleted it. So he didn't even get a strike on his channel. They just took the video down, which is very strange. Now, a lot of people will probably be wondering, well, why do people think H3H3 had something to do with this? Why do they think he has some kind of special privilege with YouTube to get videos like this taken down? Well, it's because of this. We have this situation here where the CEO of YouTube was meeting with various YouTube content creators, and H3H3 just happens to be one of them. We literally have a picture of them together in the H3H3 podcast studio. And in addition to that, we have the YouTube creator blog. This entry was released on April 30th of 2019, where Susan Wojcicki herself admits to having conversations with multiple YouTube content creators with their concerns about the platform. One of those concerns being harassment and bullying. And in this very article, it states that she indeed met with Ethan and Hila Klein in addition to a bunch of other creators. And so a lot of people are like, okay, Ethan has this like very special access to the CEO of the platform. He probably used this to take advantage of to get rid of the original Goku video, which makes sense considering the timing. I definitely see the connection that a lot of people are making there. So moving on, what gets really interesting about this is after this video got flagged down, instantly attention was turning to H3H3, and everybody was like, did you flag it down again? And Ethan was radio silent up to the point of, like, today, I tweeted out this morning, the fact that H3H3 Productions hasn't addressed the claims that he flagged down the Keemstar re-upload of Goku video is pretty telling. I wasn't convinced he had anything to do with it before, but I am starting to lean that way. So, I mean, it does look fishy. You would think that, you know, within hours, if not less, of all this criticism coming his way, he would instantly respond, even if just with a tweet, and he didn't say nothing. It was almost 2 full days before we got a response. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below to this video by Scarce, because Scarce actually says he reached out to H3H3 about this, and he said, did you flag down the original upload of the video? And Ethan says, no, I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with its takedown. And he also asked him about this recent re-upload. He asked, did you have anything to do with the takedown of this? And he says no. Now, obviously, there's no way for us to prove this, even if we have him show the flag history, because he does have these connections at YouTube. he may not even have used the flagging feature to get rid of it. If he did, he could have just phoned up, Susan or someone at YouTube and had them get rid of it for him. So even if he were to have one of those, mundane Matt style show the flag history sort of scenarios, it wouldn't really prove anything, unfortunately. So he denies it, and that's all the answers we have up to this point, is that he's saying no, he didn't have anything to do with the takedown of the original video, and he didn't have anything to do with the takedown of this one. Now, it's not to say that, it's 100%, oh, he had to have flagged it for it to go down. We've definitely seen recent examples since the enforcement of these new rules of videos going down without being reported. A good example of this is the content cop against Leafy on iDubbbz's channel. Leafy says he didn't report it. He wasn't even an active member of the YouTube community at the time, so it's safe to assume he probably didn't flag that video, and it just went down because of the, basically a result of the new rules going into play. So it's not like it's completely impossible for YouTube to just step in and say, you know what, we're deciding we don't want this video on our platform. But again, there's no way to prove that. We'll never be able to prove if Ethan had something to do with it or not. Now, an interesting play here, like I said, he had been radio silent about this, Ethan, for quite some time here, but we finally got a response, and it's quite the interesting one, actually. It says, I will be watching the entire Goku Naruto video, Death of H3H3, on our next podcast. Will be fun. So this is probably going to be the first time he is going to directly respond to the Goku Naruto video. Even when the original Goku Naruto video, came out, Ethan said he was responding to criticisms made about him, but he never directly addressed the Goku Naruto video. So that was really interesting. So this is probably going to be the first time we're ever going to see H3H3 actually respond to it and react to the video. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least, and I will definitely be tuning into the next H3 podcast to see how this goes. Yeah, this is interesting. Very, very interesting. I even tweeted about it. I said, I have to be honest, this was not a response that I expected. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into this and giving my thoughts on this situation. Yeah, this is really crazy. Now, again, I did a link for this in my previous upload, and I'm going to do a link for this again. If you have not seen the Goku Naruto video before, there is a backup of it on BitChute. I'll leave a link in the description down below where you guys can check it out. Also, Turkey Tom and Nick Diorio recently worked on a really great video, also documenting some of H3H3's hypocrisy. So if you want to check out that video, I'll leave a link in the description below to that one as well. But just to kind of sum up my thoughts here, it does look fishy. It does look like there is a good chance that Ethan had something to do with these takedowns. Obviously, he's denying it at this point, but we will never know for sure, unfortunately. But I will say this, it's very telling that YouTube will go this far to flag down this video. We've never seen this before. We've seen tons of times where videos get flagged down and small channels in the community will re-upload it and it just stays up in its re-uploaded form. With this case here, we literally have re-uploads of this video being struck down, which is huge. In all the years I've been a creator on this platform, I've never seen this happen before, with the exception of, videos of people's suicides that got uploaded to the platform, or, very graphic videos, the kind of stuff that breaks the rules to begin with. We've seen this sort of thing happen with those kind of videos before, but never with something like this. There are re-uploads of the Leafy content cop on YouTube, and they have not been struck down. But this here, this is being struck down. I'm at a loss for words with that one. Also, before I wrap up this video, I want to address one thing. A lot of people have been very critical of me in the past regarding my coverage of the H3H3 versus Keemstar drama. And they said that I'm just blindly defending Keemstar. And if you have that opinion, that's fine. I really appreciate people's opinions in the comments below, and I always, read as much of the comments as I can. But I do want to clarify, I am not saying that Keemstar is a saint. Keemstar has done a lot of fucked up things in the past, and even the situations where he has an excuse, some of those situations, I still don't agree with the actions he took. Doxing Smiles for YouTube. Yes, I understand that Smiles for YouTube was a complete scumbag. I don't think doxing Smiles for YouTube was okay. Doxing Just Destiny, that wasn't okay. The Aris Glory and Gold stuff, I definitely don't agree with that. And even though Keemstar has gone out of his way to try to make the situation right, that is still very much a situation that is worthy of criticism, and it's something that he's going to be criticized for the rest of his life, whether he likes it or not. I understand there could be some frustration with that, but it just kind of is what it is. He's a public figure. He's made many mistakes. I can continue listing things off, but I simply don't have the time for that. But there are a lot of things to criticize Keemstar for, and I've said this in a tweet, and I'll say it here too. I think both Ethan and Keemstar have done really positive things for the community, and we appreciate them for that. But both men have also done some really shady things that they deserve to be criticized for. And again, I'll say this again, I've said it dozens of times now, and I'll say it again. This is one of those dramas where nobody wins. Keemstar doesn't win. H3H3 doesn't win. We all lose because of some of the things that were set in motion as a result of this drama. And honestly, I just hope this drama ends soon. Whether these guys still hate each other in the end of it and they just kind of ignore each other moving forward, I don't know what is the proper way to solve this problem. But this is one of those dramas that honestly, I just wish it would end at this point. Because, like I said, it doesn't help anyone, and there are no winners in this drama. But at the end of the day, those are just my opinions. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I always like to hear what you guys have to say. But anyway, guys, this is Tipster here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Baby, I'm saying legends never die. We're always out of mind. We never find the time, no.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things going down. I did watch the Turkey Tom video, and I kind of had to agree with him on that drama about Pro Jared. I'll admit I was wrong about Pro Jared, and the fact that the cancel culture situation got worse, especially for both sides of the situation, and it's sort of sad that that happened to Pro Jared. And I will apologize to Pro Jared, and maybe I'll probably have to take down my video of Pro Jared. There was a lot of things that it turns out his wife was upset with him and tried to frame him as a bad person. And there's also the fact that some hackers, the hackers responsible, wanted to be, were pretty big fans of, it was just a really shitty drama. I apologize. And the fact that Pro Jared didn't deserve that shit. After the video, you know, it was the dumbest drama ever that happened to Pro Jared, and the fact that his ex-wife tried to cancel him, it was no surprise. And the fact that watching that video, I kind of agree when he presented his evidence and presented his argument that even when the hackers they tried to step up to the plate and try. They could have turned this over to the police. They could have turned this over to, but instead they went and turned this over to his friends, and it was just so sad. And it was just a really bad situation, and I don't think that was the deserving point of it. A lot of people have been talking about this issue, and it was a really bad situation. A lot of people had talked about this, and this was something that was very very telling in the YouTube community, because we tend to go outrage and everything about it. So already a lot of people have talked about the cancel culture situation, especially what's going on with Doja Cat. Yes, that's right, Doja Cat. I watched a video with two people. I forgot their names. I'm going to go ahead and look them up, because I did have a history. Let me look up the history. Abba and Preach, I gotta thank them. I gotta give them the shout out that they deserve, because a lot of people have talked about this. They basically talked about the issue with Doja Cat and her situation. It was kind of funny how this happened. Now, I would bring up something else, because Abba and Preach talked about this, and I can only tell you that they made a more reasonable argument defending her, and I thought it was kind of funny too, because it was so funny when what they did, and talking about the situation with Doja Cat and the fact that she went on a private chat room, which she called, and of course, you know, she made a public apology, and I'm willing to forgive her, because you have to understand she's a biracial girl, and a lot of people don't see it that way. But yes, she does make, and I had to agree with their point, she does make weird music. A lot of people had talked about this, and it's sort of obvious that she probably didn't deserve the harassment. Now, there's been a lot of things going down, and I thought it was kind of funny because they kind of went in and talked about the fact that she admit in her part that she was drunk and she kind of abused alcohol a little bit, and she just on the chat room that she did, and she basically said some things that she shouldn't have said, but she did. And she apologizes, and she was stupid enough to admit this. She even said that. And the fact that it was a really good apology what she said, and she admitted a lot of things. Now, keep this in mind. I do feel bad. I do feel bad about this, but unfortunately it's like, yeah, this is pretty sad what they're going through. Now, a lot of people have talked about, like, I will give some issue about since a lot of people wanted to talk about Sonic Fox and that drama with him. I personally will say this: it was the most ridiculous drama ever, because a lot of people talked about Skullgirl's second encore, which I do believe I have that on Steam. Let me see if I have it on Steam, because it was interesting that a lot of people have talked about this because he was featured in the game as a background character. And I thought it was hilariously funny that, yes, people were upset about this, and there is a mod for this, and it was kind of funny how people were talking about this issue with the mod. The fact that this mod had been put out there, and a lot of people had talked about this mod. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, because I do have the game somewhere. Let me see. Because got on my Steam account somewhere. It was, let's see if I remember, because I know I had that game, Skullgirls. Yeah, because a lot of people are talking about Skullgirls and the fact that they have secret characters in Skullgirls. It's ridiculous. Like, that drama was so bad. Let me see if I can look it up, because I'm sorry. Skull Girls Endless Beta. Yeah, because I do have Skullgirls second encore on my computer, which they never really do much but update the game a little bit, add more characters. I might need to buy the DLC for it, because a lot of people have talked about the DLC of the game, and I thought it was kind of funny how in Endless Beta they have it, but I might need to look up the store page and see what I have on this, because I need to see the DLC for because they have like all the characters, like you can upgrade all the characters. Since this game came out a long time ago, a lot of people talked about this game. I remember that when this game came out, I wanted to play it because I kind of thought it was a really cool concept. And the fact that they tried to, there was a lot of drama surrounding it, especially the animation drama that happened with this game. And there was a lot of things that happened that really upset a lot of people. A lot of people kind of felt upset about this. Considering that this game is a very popular game, fighting game, as I recall. I have played this game before. It's not really what you would expect to be a game, but other than that, it's not a bad game. It's a 2D fighting game that's been around a long time. especially in the gaming community. A lot of people like to play it, and they want to introduce it into tournament, which is understandable. But of course, you know, I kind of felt really, you know, upset about this. But a lot of people were talking about the drama surrounding Sonic Fox appearing in the game, and I think the thing about that is just ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and start this again and possibly play a video that a friend of mine made. And here you go. It's kind of funny.
So I know I've said my dumb ass wouldn't be making videos anymore, but since school hasn't started yet and is going around, might as well. So Evil 2020 is coming up, and with people staying at home for obvious reasons, Skullgirls is one of many games included in its recent online lineup. Yeah, playing fighting games online in 2020, that'll be good with the Japanese servers going. But let's cut to the chase. Sonic Fox being included as a background character in the training stage for Skullgirls' second encore. This alone is what got many people very upset with the game recently. Or according to people in the
LGBT
community,
Russian bots,
people who hate
non-binary
people like Sonic Fox. Now those who are watching this video are unaware. Who the hell is Sonic Fox? Sonic Fox is a
non-binary
someone who identifies as a pineapple and not a boy or a girl, renounced gay, someone who's sexually attracted to men, and a furry, someone who beats their dick to Winston from Overwatch. Pineapple from the state of Delaware, Wisconsin, who's gotten famous for playing fighting games such as Mortal Kombat, People's Ball Fighting G, Superman Went Psycho the Fighter, Mortal Kombat 11, and most recently, Skullgirls. The only reason why I own the game is because of Philia's ass! Basically, Pineapple has gotten popular for playing fighting games and became really good at it, as both a furry and a pineapple. Now, back to the topic. The people who made Skullgirls Second Encore thought it would be a pretty neat idea to have Pineapple included as a background cameo character in the game. Now, normally, Skullgirls is no stranger to having internet-famous people as background cameos. But this recent one has had many people rallying to get Pineapple removed from the game. But how come people despise Sonic Fox for being included in the game? Now, me being both a degenerate otaku and a well-known cuck, I could probably theorize that people are very angry at this new update for removing Miss Victoria, I'm hoping not forever, from the game, and her being a very small percentage of being a background character at the practice stage now because of the furry pineapple. Now, do people really hate the furry pineapple because they identify as a pineapple and a furry, or is it something else? Well, probably. I mean, other people told me it's because the pineapple is very obnoxious, especially on the Twitter website, with him parading he's both gay and a pineapple and a furry. I mean, I don't hate the pineapple for being a pineapple. I don't hate the pineapple for being a fucking furry. I don't give a shit if he sucks off to men. And I don't even give a shit if he's fucking black! So, personally, why do I despise the pineapple anyway? It can't be because of the pineapple sexuality. It can't be because of their gender identity. I, for one, honestly don't give a shit about neither. But what I dislike about the pineapple is this. That shit alone is a goddamn sin! And especially this moment right here. No, not that clip. No, that moment. No, not that. I've already shown that clip. I don't need to see that sin again. There!
Guess all I gotta really say is that I'm gay, black, a furry, pretty much everything a Republican hates. And
There! Right there. That's the moment that got me to dislike the fuzzy pineapple. So, yeah. I mean, I own Skullgirls, and I only spent about an hour playing the game on Steam. I mean, honestly, I just want to play the game because of... So, the pineapple is making you from not playing the game, then don't update your game. If you want the pineapple removed because Lab Zero killed off Miss Victoria forever, I mean, I honestly don't think it's forever. I mean, honestly, people told me it's like a 5% chance that you might see her in the background stage, then you have the freedom to do so. If you despise Pineapple as a person, Because of the fruit's politics?
Well then shit! Fuck! Y'all have the freedom to mod them out of the game regardless of what some fucking developers did. This is a free country, damn it! We all have the freedom to mod our games regardless of what some fucking cuck weird developers at Lab Zero think.
Unless you live in Cambodia or a dirty console peasant.
Yeah, a little bit of editing right there. Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Ass!
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. A lot of people are talking about this because this is something that a lot of people have been worried about for a long time. Considering that this has been going on for a while with Sonic Fox, to be honest with you guys, Sonic Fox earned a lot of merit for his gameplay, but for a lot of people don't like him for a lot of reasons. Like, he's very arrogant towards the community. Like, he talks down to people, and it gets annoying when he says, "By the way, I'm gay. There you go, I'm gay." And it gets to that point where it's annoying, and it becomes a stereotype, and a lot of people cringe on that stereotype of him because he kind of does this whole stick about it, like, "By the way, I'm gay. Out of the way, I'm gay. That's what I'm gay, and I'm gonna go gay. Hello." Like, it does get annoying sometimes because I don't hate him because he's gay. It's because he gets annoying at times and becomes a stereotype, and that's kind of why people don't like him. And I understand that some people may disagree with it, saying, "Yeah, right. You're being no, don't start that. You want to start a conflict with people about that, then you need to understand it's better not to start the conflict, because it's not going to help the situation with the fact that people don't like him because he's a pineapple." I understand that some people don't like him for those reasons. And there are a lot of reasons that people don't like him. And if you're going to go into that aspect of, "Oh, you're being mean, you're being this, you're doing this." No. A lot of people don't like him because of those things. And you have to understand, no one here is trying to hurt him or attack him or try to bully him online. I get it. He is who he is. But when it comes down to it, it's annoying as fuck. That's the point. Like, I'm sorry. It gets annoying, and it gets very, very much bothersome about it. Now, a lot of people are, like, getting a little bit... Okay, so, let's see. PS fans are packing over backwards compatibility. Now, a lot of people are doing the hashtag backwards compatibility thing. Especially talking about the Xbox and everything, talking about that issue. Now, let's see what we got here, because I want to go ahead and go into this article right now and see what this article's about. Sony sends mixed messages on the PS5 backwards compatibility with mention of system update. Now, Sony has strongly indicated that the PS5's backwards compatibility feature will require system update work. That, at least according to the non-amend line of text on the official website for the console, which has removed mentions of the update, backwards compatibility system update required. Right now, it's a bit of a mess and what's going on. The fact Sony removed its suggestion that it either mistakes that that it wasn't ready for the information to be revealed in the public consumption. And let's see, you can view the cache of this version. Now let's see here. Get ready for the possibilities of the never anticipated launch holiday of okay, so lots. Okay, all right, so you get an email. All right, let's see here. This is the Sony PlayStation. Get ready for the new gaming possibilities of anticipation. So that's what they're just showing off the specs. And this is pretty much fluff here. This is just so much fluff that I can't believe. So it's just the full version, and it's pretty much a sign-up post. Okay, so the update required then that you could be looking at some day one patch, or possibly having updates rolled out over time. Regardless, Sony's message has been a bit mixed, and there's no distinction between PS4 games running on the new console natively, those that are enhanced for PS5. One thing Sony has said that they have a vast majority of PS4 games that will be supported on the next generation console, so it's set in stone. Still, format holder needs to clarify a few things. Sony will launch its new home console on holiday 2020, around the same time Microsoft's next-gen powerhouse. Xbox X Series arrives in stores. Fortunately, there's no sign and delay despite the ongoing coronavirus. Now, here's my thoughts on this, is that it does seem like it's obvious that people are talking about the PS4. In a sense, it's kind of why a lot of people are kind of skeptical about the PS4. And this is something that bothers me about the PS4 and its issues. The fact that they're trying so hard to please people in hopes that they could buy this system, it's kind of deceptive. And I wonder how the Japanese would feel if Sony does say that they're going to give us backwards compatibility back into the system, when they said, no, we're not going to put that out there on the PS4. A lot of people were expecting this system to have backwards compatibility because every generation that they made from the PS2 had backwards compatibility with the PS1. PS3, if you bought the original first gen console of PS3, you could play PS2, you could play PS1, but only a certain list of games that they allow you to play. Because there is some backwards compatibility for certain games, and it did play certain games. And I do recall it was only compatible to PS1 games only for certain types of reasons. And I actually did play on my PS4, and I can confirm that it can play only PS1 games only, because the original Gen 2, the original second wave PlayStation, which was the PlayStation Slim, didn't have backwards compatibility to PS2 games. The only way to do it is to either get a emulation of it, which you can't do it anymore because Sony won't allow it. They're more focused on trying to get people to buy in the download thing, which is understandable because that was the reason why PS2 has been a little bit more that's why a lot of people have the right to be skeptical about this system. Same with the Xbox, because there's a lot of things going down with the Xbox, and especially the design that they're trying to go for. A lot of people have been talking about this, and this is why I want to suggest this to people, because this is something that should be addressed to the community, to be a little bit more skeptical about what's going on, because there is a lot of things that can be said about this to the community in general. Now, the good news is, guys, I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the next thing. A lot of people are talking about Augie. Right now, Augie is going to go to Twitch. He's going to stream his content there instead of YouTube because YouTube has demonetized him. And here's my opinion on this issue about Augie. The fact that he basically complained and put his eggs in one basket on the issue of YouTube, and I had to agree with a lot of people on this, is that you can't really, just because you have a big subscriber base doesn't mean YouTube can automatically take down, like they can literally, you know, put people down or take away your take out money out of you because of the fact that they have been doing this lately with a lot of YouTubers in general in question, and try to because they can't pay anybody, so people can only do it for free. And the fact that YouTube isn't going to pay me, I just do this for fun. I just don't really give a shit anymore about YouTube's content shit, because if they're going to try to make it content friendly for everybody, it's a matter of time before they lose money, because it's not going to help people. Okay, so YouTube adopted autistic son, made money. So let's put it this way: YouTube is right now is trying to do something, and the fact that they are trying so hard to make their own little original content, this is what YouTube is doing. YouTube adopted. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. This is funny, and it's so bad. It's so, like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. YouTube adopted an autistic son, made money documenting the journey. Now she has rehomed him with a new family. The YouTube and blogger McKay Stuffer, who famously documented her Adrana's adoption process, has adopted her autistic son out to another family and rehomed him, as she, in terms, is typically reserved for the adoption of dogs and cats. Okay, so the ditch of the fake news, click here. Okay, so I'm going to read more about this. So what's the details? Stover is an Ohio mom blogger and YouTuber, revealed that she and her husband James decided to give up their adopted son. Oh, that's sad. Stover has chronicled the 2007 adoption of her son, Huxley, a Chinese special needs toddler with autism, telling her audience of at least 700,000 subscribers that she and her husband rehomed him and the child to his forever family. After multiple assignments, after multiple evaluations, and numerous medical professionals have felt that he needed a different fit in his medical needs, she said, he needed more. There's not an ounce of our body that doesn't want Huxley with all of our being, but there wasn't a minute that didn't try our hardest. Okay, so do I feel like a failure as a mom? She complained in 500%. So when we get insidious, hurtful comments, it really makes the hurt worse. Throughout the adoption process, Stouffer was fully aware of the extent of her former son's needs, and said that in 2007, before the adoption, she was made aware that the child was profoundly development delayed. Despite the revelation Stouffer and her husband went through with the adoption, in a very self-satisfied sounding 2019 article, The Bump, she wrote, Huxley wasn't the one who needed to change, it was me. My son has taught me the love completely, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, without exceptions. She sempered it. That's sad. I can't really show you the video because it's like the fact that this whole thing was they had to let go of the child who had autism. Parenting is a lot of work, and it was difficult. I guess it was very difficult for them to raise that child, especially making a blog about the child and raising that child. It caused a lot of stress for them, especially the comments and especially how they are dealing with this. It does seem like a really sad story there, considering that they made a lot of interesting things. Now, a lot of people are not going to watch this content because YouTube has been trying so hard to keep me out of the woodwork of things. I might try to at least, let me go ahead and see if I could put this out there and share this out and see if people would like to watch this content, because this is something that I want to address. So, let's see here. I guess I better go ahead and try something here. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get something. Man, I need to get a job. A better paying job. Because right now a lot of people are talking about this, because Sony's full council that reveals near claims that Boom Blurred will happen next week, rumored PS5 event. Since there's a lot of things going on, okay, so yep, the alt-right crypto flash known as Sophia Narwitz. Y'all most certainly aren't clowns. More so do the footage presents no opinion nor narrative. I showed things out. Okay. So, let's go ahead and talk about this. Trying people to trouble straight to create some bullshit narratives all on Andy. Do not trust and cooperate. Alright. Yes, because a lot of people are pointing out the issue, because they want to scare me away, but they won't succeed. Maybe last year they would have, but not anymore. Yeah, because they have tried in the past, so trust me, they have done so. They have tried. Well, yeah, they really hate this woman. They really hate this woman so badly. Like, this is something I'm going to go ahead and talk about, because a lot of people are really hating this woman right here so badly, because she's on RT.com, Russian Times, which a lot of people hate her for a lot of reasons. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people hate her for and bring out a lot of things about what goes on, especially what was going on with George Floyd. I will say this, I did watch the video in question about what happened to him, and I will say, yes, he does deserve justice, and yes, he does deserve some, because what they did was very wrong. And it sort of is a surprising situation, and right now people are upset about this, and it becomes a problem. Now, keep this in mind. This is becoming one of those situations, and I want to address this right now, because the violence and everything needs to stop. Especially right now, there is a lot of things going down, especially when COVID's around. I don't think it's safe to say we should go, and especially right now, people are beating people up, fighting each other, attacking each other, stealing. You can see right here, like, they're literally going all the way out there and stealing shit at Target, and it's like, it's sort of sad too. In my area, you know, not so much violence, not so much bad things going down, because they're good people, and it's like this is something that's been going down lately. I will say this in my thoughts on this is that a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are upset about some things. Yeah, and Twitter is doing the job of race baiting activists from them. Now, apparently, show me a lockdown protester rioting, and you might have a point. But protesters and rioters are not the same thing. And I do agree with it because they're really just protesters. And a lot of them, you know, they do tend to show that the difference between the protesters and the rioters who the lockdown protesters, they're not violent, but it seems that they want to race bait the issue a little bit too far, because you have people that are upset about something, and it's like, you know, we have received a complaint regarding your account, John Boyega, following the content, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, that's something that happened to John Boyega. Like, a lot of people reported him saying, I hate the off shops. Does anyone want anything? Like, we have investigated and reported that content could not identify any violations of Twitter rules, blah blah blah, or German law. According to, we have not taken any action seriously on Twitter. I just don't get it. Like, you know, I don't have an issue with John Boyega. John Boyega has the right to be angry on this issue. It's just some people are getting upset seeing All Eyes trending right now and reminding me of this video. It's like, yes, everyone's getting killed. Yeah, it's like, all houses matter. I agree, all houses do matter, but the moment one is set on fire should be more attention. But saying that burning houses needs attention aren't saying that all houses don't matter. My house isn't a fire, but I have to dry the raw. It's like funny though. It's like you can't really do much of anything. Right now they're definitely up on the roof right now. They're the rooftop police now. And this is something that a lot of people are right now are upset about. I will say this, and I'm going to say this right now, because people are getting killed. It's not just that. It's just the situation where it's escalating. And people are trying their best to fight this issue versus, like, let's see here. There's two different things. I do agree that's been coming and escalating too far to the point of it, because right now, American slavery, segregation, and it's getting to that very point in America right now, because of a man getting arrested. Like, that was the picture of the man getting his head kneed on in the back of his head. That's what caused him to get killed, because he could not breathe. And I remember I will tell you guys a story, because it brought back a lot of bad memories when I heard that man say I can't breathe, because I went to a school into a program called behavior management, and the kid got beaten up. The kid basically was a black kid who got adopted, went to school in 2002, and hearing that story, because I went to this program before, and they used to do this to kids a lot of times. Like, they fuck with the kids emotionally, and they fuck with the kids abusively, because they want to put them on off task sheets and all this other shit. And it got to the point where this kid basically was hungry, because he when he was a child, he was withheld food. And I remember hearing this story, and I will tell you guys this again, because this story was sort of it hit hard for me because it brought back a lot of memories hearing that story because of what I experienced in that classroom and what I experienced and what that kid experienced. That kid died while being restrained. What happened was they crossed his arms to his chest and put him on the ground, and he said he couldn't breathe, and they put all their weight down on him. And what happens next is that the kid had a seizure, and they claimed that this kid died of a seizure when really, no, he died of his chest being crushed. And this is the type of thing that went down in the school. And what that school did was they were like, oh my God, the kid died. And the next day, when the news came out that the kid died of a seizure, no, he didn't die of a seizure. I knew it was bullshit when it came out. He died while being restrained. That's what happened to him. And that's what killed him. And that's what pissed me off about that school, because I went to that school and knew what they were doing. I knew what they did to the kid, and they were full of shit. And they basically admitted to the police, yes, we accidentally killed the kid. And they basically did that. And you know what happened later? The teacher responsible, they let the teacher go. In court. They tried to put her in it was manslaughter. That kid was adopted. That kid didn't deserve to die. But it was over a stupid argument over the fact that they withheld food from him. The kid decided to leave the classroom, and they took him down because he was not doing his work in classroom. That's the issue that they had with him. Because he didn't do his work. And they killed him. They accidentally killed him. That's what caused a lot of people to get upset about. And that's what made it worse for me to remember that day. When the guy said, I can't breathe, it brought back a lot of memories to me. Sometimes I wish I could go back to that school and tell the teachers how I felt about it. And tell my teachers about what you guys did to me. And what you probably would do to this guy too. But they don't care. It's all in the past. It's all in the past, and I got to move on with my life. And that's what I got to deal with. And this is why I hate dealing with that shit. Because that was what happened. And that's what a lot of people are upset about. Is that a man who was innocent was accused of something, and they arrested him, and they treated him badly because he resisted. But why do you think he resisted? Because he was afraid of you? Yes, of course he was afraid of you. You were going to arrest him either way and try to beat him up or something. That's what they're afraid of. The consequences, yes, the consequences of life. But there's nothing we could do about it. Nothing, because that happens a lot. And it's like that's the type of things that happened with people these days. It's like there's nothing I could do about it because it's the situation kind of got worse and it escalated violently. And a lot of people have talked about this, and it's sort of sad because this is the type of situation that is going to escalate into violence. It's going to escalate to people biting each other, hurting each other, to the point where it's gonna make people. It's gonna cause a big divide, and it's true. It's gonna cause a really big divide in the community, especially in America, because of this. And I just want to address this because there's no accountability in the situation, and it's sort of sad but true. And the fact that these people want to tell people that they're fed up, that's fine. You're fed up. You're mad, and yet they already. they already are fighting for these people. They're already fighting for their inclusivity. They're already fighting for those things. It's like, it's the job market. Yes, the job market sucks for a lot of people. And it's like, this is getting to that point where people are upset. The breaking point. Because people are being killed. And they had no reason to arrest this guy unless it was proven that he did it. But how did he get down there and get arrested? Well, I don't know. But a lot of people have talked about this. And it's getting to that point. How's it going?
Hey.
You heard what happened? What's up? Let me see if I can get this thing to work. Alright. Let me see if I can get this thing to work. Alright. Key binding, voice chat. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's just I had to get this set up.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, good, because you heard what happened to
Memology 101.
Yeah.
Well aware.
Yeah, his video got probably taken down.
His account is still up as of yesterday. But yeah, that's because of a certain duo called H3H3.
Yeah, I know. I heard what happened.
Yeah, because of the Goku not because the guy couldn't handle criticism from the
Goku Naro video. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. It's gotten to the point where the Quartering actually released an editor friendly version of the video.
And they still tried to take it down.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, even Turkey Tom made a video about it, and he even Nicholas Dororio made a video about it, and they both pointed out the issue.
I haven't actually seen the Turkey Tom video yet, so.
Oh, I watched it. He pointed out the issues with in no way he didn't do the whole kill the Jews thing, no, or the anti-Semitism thing or anything like that.
Or gas the Jews.
Yeah, he didn't do any of that stuff that everyone claims. Like, because the fact that the video criticizes H3H3 about Ethan and his personality and everything, it points out the issue about him and his content and the fact that he tried to he didn't fight for everybody's YouTube content. He basically fought for himself and basically ended that whole fund thing that he did, the FUPA fund. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, the fact that he ran off that money instead of using it for the Fair Use Protection Act.
Yeah. Because right now, YouTube is now going to lose its. From what I heard, YouTube might lose their protection status for Safe Harbor.
Dude, not just the H3H3 incident, but also the fact that people are getting censored because of what's going on in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I know, and they've been talking about that too, mentioning about China, the Chinese bandit.
The fact these motherfuckers didn't even. You know what? At this point, I'm not even surprised because the Chinese don't really care about promises. All they want is struggle and control. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's really embarrassing.
They can't compromise. They want they want that piece of the pie.
And it's gotten to the point where people are gone black. We're going on a black pill regarding how Hong Kong is no longer part of China.
Yeah.
And this all started because of the fucking Extradition Act.
Yeah, because they're fighting them, and China tried to Hong Kong tried to protest this, and of course what happens next? They lost. They tried to speak out against it. They tried their best to talk about it, but unfortunately it got to the point where when around the time when Blizzard happened, when the whole BlizzCon thing happened, no one talked about those issues. They basically ignored it and basically talked about it. And already, Chinese companies are already buying out companies. Like I heard that they bought out Marvelous. And people are saying, rest in peace, anime titty games.
Oh yeah, I remember something Hirohei mentioned today about how the Japanese are not gonna put up with China's bullshit.
Yeah. And Marvelous,
which is good.
And Marvelous already got bought out. So it becomes a problem where they're not going to be able to publish their games on over there.
All things considered,
or in the U.S. Because right now I have a feeling China's trying to do a strong arm against the Japanese, because that's what I feel that's going to happen.
Not just the Japanese, but and not just because of the Senkaku Islands dispute, but also Taiwan, because China has been trying to fuck with Taiwan since the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah.
And there's Vietnam, and there's also Vietnam. I mean, there's a reason why the Milk Tea Alliance exists, because they are sick of China's shit.
Yeah, because they're the only company that ships for them. And right now, Hong Kong now is because considering that Hong Kong is a shipping lane to China.
Yeah, it's basically China's. Hong Kong is actually China's window to the world.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, because they have movies, they have shipping of products and everything down there.
They have the biggest bootleg. They're basically the biggest bootleg factory on earth.
I know.
Like, you could buy a Rolex for way less than that.
Oh yeah. And the sad part is like they were not really considered, like, around that time, I think they're trying to switch over to their, like, Beijing as the gray market, because they don't allow console games unless it's for a good reason, if they are good with the government and all that shit. Like, a lot of companies are trying to get good with the government.
Oh, did you hear about the China only Steam application?
Yeah, I heard.
Honestly,
China's gonna be in full control, and also the fact the ADL was going after Steam.
Oh dear Jesus, what the fuck is that?
What?
Oh, okay, so it's opposed to Hila being part of the Israeli military.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was part of the Israeli military, and now she's protesting George Floyd.
Yeah.
And yet her people. Look, I'm gonna make this clear. I don't hate Israel. I don't hate Palestine. But let's be honest here. Israel has done the Palestinians dirty.
Yeah, I know. I saw the documentary.
And Israel is not exactly innocent when it comes to some of their actions, especially the what's it called, the Anto Lavan affair. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was. But I don't want to be. I don't want to put. I don't want to do this conspiracy theory shit. But
Oh yeah.
you know, they're not. Usually the world is not black and. Usually the world is not black and white.
I
But
know.
in the case of Hong Kong, I'm afraid this part is in fact black and white.
And right now, people are scared because this is becoming one of those things that it becomes a bad day.
No. This is just the battle. This is the worst day they've ever had. Ever. Here's the thing. The Chinese, the British actually treated Hong Kong a bit better compared to China, because the thing is, Hong Kong is not like China.
Yeah.
It's not like mainland China. They have been educated in the British system,
Yeah.
and they have been also educated.
And they speak a different dialect of Chinese, which is
Yeah.
Cantonese.
Yeah, Cantonese is basically. Yeah, Cantonese is basically. Originally, it's from the Canton region of the Canton province of China. But a lot of people who fled the a lot of people who fled the Cultural Revolution, they would end up in Hong Kong or Macau.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Canton would be Guangzhou.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Guangzhou. Guangdong. Guangdong is based. The Guangdong province was originally known as Canton province,
Yeah.
but then the Cultural Revolution happened. Coincidentally, I'm supposed to be expecting a package from there. I'm fucked.
Oh,
I am fucked if it ever arrives here.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for my package that is coming from China. I actually got it. I had to wash it.
Go ahead.
And luckily, I'm still alive. I had to wash that mask. But I'm thankful that they finally delivered it after it took so many months for it to show up. That's how bad it was.
Did you? I know that.
I sprayed that thing down. That's how desperate I was. But I don't hold it against them, and I'm willing to forgive those people. It's just the sad part is that their government went too far.
Well, to be honest, there are Chinese citizens who are racist, but
yeah, it's true, because I've seen the videos of how they were treating black people.
not just black people, but white people.
I know,
Latinos, etc., etc.
I know they've been, and like, I'm surprised no one, like, there's some news outlets that were reporting this, especially what's going on in China, and it's like they think America's worse with the racism, but god damn it, it's like when you see a Mexican go into the store, do you think anyone would attack the Mexican for being a Mexican in America?
Yes.
In America.
Some businesses will, but not the like 95%.
Like, usually, do you see them at Walmart going, like, shopping down there, buying stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do they get attacked for being Mexican? That's the question. like speaking the language and everything.
Oh yeah.
No. In certain states, they don't mind you if you're shopping down there, and if they think in California maybe, because I seem to encounter a lot of those type of people who tend to tell you that where did you come from? Which country did you come from? I came from New Jersey. And they would automatically think you're
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that joke.
Yeah.
If you're in New York, you're Puerto Rican. If you're California, you're Mexican. If you are from Florida, you're Cuban.
Yeah.
And if you're from
Texas, you're automatically just a Mexican automatically. Or New Mexico, you're Mexican.
But yeah, regarding my order, what I did was I was talking to the seller,
Mm-hmm.
and he quote unquote guarantees that it will be safe.
What did
to
you
receive.
order? What did you order?
2 USB Type-C cables,
Oh.
a car charger, and an US plug for an LG phone. It's actually for my brother.
Okay.
It's actually for my brother, not for me. So when it does arrive, I'm dousing that bitch in 70% isopropyl alcohol.
That's fair. Because right now the tech industry is like really suffering, and of course they're upset with Trump because that whole thing with him.
Oh, you mean the social media thing about bias?
No, not the bias thing. It's the
trade war.
Yeah, the trade war taffies. Yep. That's why they're upset with him, and that's why the tech companies are trying to take him down. Like they seriously want to take him down because of the fact. Oh yeah, if they would have been honest with everybody and told them, look, we just want Trump to because they could negotiate with Trump and ask him, can you remove the trade war with China? But it's not the best time because right now China is acting very territorial and malicious right now, and it's looking bad for China because of the fact that right now the U.S. is making money from this taffy thing, but it's also the fact that it's kind of funny how we find out in the situation that a professor had given information to China, like research papers related to the COVID-19 virus and the research that they did. It's sort of scary.
Yeah, the fact that a lot of these guys from Harvard got paid, and I'll be honest with you, this counts as sedition.
Yeah.
This straight up is treason against the American people.
Yeah, and it got to that point that people are upset about this because it is a very scary situation. Because
and then you have the 1,000 Talents program, which was basically that they were going to recruit a lot of foreigners to do their bidding.
Oh yeah, they're paying people to do this. Oh,
go ahead, JT. I'm just taking a look at something else.
Yeah, My Hero Macadamia, Walmart.
I'm checking out the names of all the episodes of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh really?
Because I've been watching I've been rewatching some episodes of the series.
I have the Blu-ray of it.
And we're gonna be discussing it tomorrow on the Outpost on the Anime Podcast. we're finally going there.
Yeah, you'll probably get freaked out about that one episode that when
When they all get high.
no, the part where what's her name? What was her name? I keep forgetting her name. The one with the Daisy dude with the yellow pants, the yellow outfit.
Oh, Faye.
Faye, yeah. Faye goes into the shower, pulls out a gun on somebody and she finds out something that she shouldn't find out about. Wait, you're a... And I thought it was funny. It turns out the guy was a girl.
Oh, heavy. There's also one of my personal favorite episodes happens to be Heavy Metal Queen.
Heavy Metal Queen. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. They actually Heavy Metal Queen was like a space trucker.
Yeah.
I actually liked that episode. My favorite one was the one about the funeral.
I mean, there's but the episode that's actually the most fucked up happens to be the Pure LaFour one, to me, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh god, they're really doing the...
I mean, we're talking about a guy who pretty much, holy shit. You know, this guy was off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah, even the Red Eye episode was the first one I think everyone remembered. There was also the one where they encountered that little life form, and that life form knocked them out. I thought it was a really good series.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I wish they would have continued that series, because it would have been interesting if they made a part. But I understand the mangaka who made that stopped. He was like, I'm gonna end it there.
Yeah. He would have if.
Oh man, they made a meme of this. This is funny. They're making fake news headlines about Mark Zuckerberg. It's funny. This is funny. Mark Zuckerberg, dead at 36, says social media site should not fact check posts. Facebook founder Mike Zuckerberg, who died of coronavirus in California home today, says it is not Facebook's role to be an arbiter of truth for everything people post online. And there's also another one that says, I thought it was kind of funny, like, I think it was like the fake news generator that did that. I will shut down Twitter for fact checking me. No, the president cannot shut down Twitter for fact checking him. Yeah, well, they're sort of right. They can't. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you hear about the Snyder Cut fiasco? That was funny.
That's a fucking meme on itself. Regarding here's the thing, that the Snyder Cut is a meme in itself. thanks to a page called the Kinoplex. Like, it's gotten to the point where people were. I mean, how should I say this? Part of Snyder Cut, what happened thanks to the Kinoplex itself.
I know a lot of people were laughing about the whole Snyder Cut thing, like release the Snyder Cut, and it's like it started as a hashtag to basically convince people to release the Snyder Cut, and it turned out it did drum up a lot of fan support for it, and the fact that this had happened, I kind of do agree that they should do it. But the funny thing, I actually did like to watch Midnight's Edge video, and the weird thing about it, I want to address that it was sort of funny how Warner Brothers decided to put it on HBO Max as a way to attract people to basically watch the Snyder Cut, which they said there was no Snyder Cut, and then suddenly they said, yeah, there is a Snyder Cut.
There is, I'll be honest with you, there is another cut that supposedly is people are asking for.
Yeah.
The cat's asshole cut. Yeah, basically.
They basically took that down. I'm assuming they took it down.
Yeah, basically, the fact that there was gonna be a battle call. Imagine just watching that fucking train wreck of a movie, and seeing Taylor Swift's booty hole exposed in the fucking screen.
Yeah, the funny thing about it, there was also another that said don't release the Snyder Cut. Like I think it was one of the hashtags that said it was like release the Snyder Cut, Snyder Cutter, release the Snyder. It was so funny. Like there was also the anti release of the Snyder Cut, which Monday Matt was involved in, and that started some drama with him. Because you know who's the guy from Honest Trailers, right? Andy Senor.
Andy Senor, the name
sounds familiar. Like he's from Honest Trailers that got into trouble. It turns out he actually put out receipts to his accusations against him, and I kind of believe him because he does seem to have a sound argument about in his own defense of. Because of the fact that the woman that he was involved with, that claimed that he took advantage of, is possibly lying.
Feng Shui.
Yeah, and the fact that he basically talked about this issue about, but the funny thing is, all the actors are in full support of it.
The River Blues.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, holy shit. You know, if that butthole cut actually exists, it would be absolute Kino. It would be, well, not Kino. In other words, it would be one hell of a movie.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, AT&T should release the David Ayers cut.
Oh, no.
Of Suicide Squad.
No. Hold up. There is one cut that is very important. And it has to be shown to the world.
What?
The Spider-Man Sam Raimi cut.
I agree.
And you know damn well why.
Okay, so let's see here. Disney does to explain. Okay, so Disney Plus wants to make a Solo 2.
SF1 wasn't fucked up enough. They want to release a sequel to a fucking train wreck of a Star Wars movie.
I actually watched it. I think it was okay. It wasn't like the best movie ever made. I can see why they discontinued it. Yeah, reject the Snyder Cut.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Yeah, right now. That's the hashtag that happened.
The Snyder Cut needs to come out so people can shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, and Matt Jabro was ahead of this whole thing.
Matt, he's always. Let me guess. Monday Matt be mundane and retarded as usual.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, they want to reject it because personally, I don't have a problem with the rejecting the Snyder Cut, but it's like I want the Snyder Cut to come out because a lot of fans want the director's version of what they wanted in the vision of what Snyder wanted to put out, because originally, according to the documentary that Midnight's Edge made, it was basically 2 sequels. One was the Batman, and it was basically Justice League the movie part 1 and Justice League that, and the second one was the Justice League part 2, which was the Justice League movie. Was part 2. You get the point, right?
Oh god.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman was part 1 of Justice League.
Oh yeah, I remember watching it, but it to me it was so forgettable.
Yeah, but the part that I remembered about that movie was the fighting. That's the only thing I was hoping for in that movie.
So basically, it was Batman. So it basically was Superman. Holy shit! I don't think I. Wait a minute. I don't think I've seen it. I did see Man of Steel, but fucking hell.
I know. The Gotham Sirens. They're trying to get people to notice it.
The thing is, when it comes to Keishi movies, I watch it once and then I forget about it. That's how bad I am when it comes to superhero movies.
Yeah, some people can't really remember those movies very well.
I don't even look. It's not that I'm not into superheroes. No. It's just that you've done so many superhero movies that it's awfully repetitive at times.
Yeah, and people want something different, and that's understandable. Like a lot of people, like right now, I'm like watching indie movies, really bad ones.
Which kind of tier regarding?
Like low tier quality ones, even the grindhouse ones.
B movies, D movies.
C and D. Like I was like looking up stuff like on my like let me see if I can get on my Amazon Prime here, because that's where all the B movies were at. And I was like watching the Nazis at the Center of the Earth. Let's see, what else do they have here? What movies did I see? Like old movies, like old B movies. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I got disconnected for some reason. Like, I was watching, let's see, what was that movie called? Space Time. see, what did I recently watched? Let's see what I recently something called Cosmos.
You know what? You know what kind of movie I've let's see what kind.
Jurassic
what kind of,
Woman.
Well, if you want some really terrible movies, well, look no further
Space Captain, the Captain of Space. I'm not kidding. That actually did happen. Space Captain, Captain of Space.
The last movie I've seen was actually Jackie Chan's Kung Fu Yoga, which, to be honest with you, 1% was yoga, the same was kung fu, and Jackie had to bring up the Belt and Road Initiative. You fucking retard! Holy shit!
Oh god!
I knew this dude was a fucking complete seller, but holy shit, man!
Yeah. Let's see, what else did I see?
And I'm gonna spoil it. Fuck it. They found out the treasure is not gold.
Right.
But rather the teachings of Buddhism.
Yeah, they actually did that in that movie.
Because all this considering Hinduism and Buddhism are in a way related. Buddha, in a way, related. But but then there was the other problem with the Bollywood number at the end.
Oh really?
I know this was a joint venture between the Hindu, the Indian and Chinese movie industry. But really,
they paid him a lot of money to do it. Let's see, what else? What other B movies did I seen that was bad? Actually, I actually liked it Split Second from Rugger Hauer. That was another one. Hollywood Shuffle was another one. That's an old one. Let's see. Something called Vamps.
Like there is something I remember called Atomic Blonde or some shit.
Yeah, I watched that. That was like,
was it some kind of cult? It was a cult movie or some shit.
It was a cult movie. There was also another one. Let me see if I can look it up. Merlin Shop of Mystical Wonders.
Merlin Shop of Mystical Wonders.
Yeah, it's a really bad movie.
Why does it sound similar to the Mr. Magoo's Magician Emporium?
Yeah, that's another thing. Let's see what else they have.
I mean, the only reason I even know about the movie is because of Natalie Portman. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna try to add this to my freaking watch list.
But I haven't watched any movies recently.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking up like Amazon, and it turns out they have a remastered version of the original 8-Man Volume 1. Yeah, they got like the remastered, redubbed thing, and I'm like looking at it going like, like the original series from 1965. I'm not kidding.
8-Man.
Yeah. And I found it on my Amazon watch list thing. They even got the Thunderbirds.
That's the British movie.
Oh, the British version?
Yeah, Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds, yeah.
Thunderbirds since it used to be a UK show.
Yeah, they also got Cyber 6, but that's a Canadian show which got canceled in the US.
And there was a movie reboot like a decade ago, but it didn't exactly do well.
Yeah.
Mm. In all honesty, mm, in all honesty, I am not that big on the reboots because, well,
There's some that do okay, but there's some that just do terrible. Let's see, House Sitters, Space Raiders. Oh yeah, I was watching that one. That's what I forgot. Let me see, what was that one that I seen of that movie that I seen?
you know,
Let me see. What did I watch? Like Space Chase or something, included with the Amazon Originals. Let's see.
Amish Arms East Prospect. It has. Oh, I'm checking out this rifle,
Mm-hmm.
and it has 3 setups. It was apparently made by a bunch of Amish. Prayer Time, Barn Racing, Rum Springer.
Yeah. What did I watch? Why do they keep doing this to me?
My God, it's real. It's
Yeah.
actually real. Holy
They-
shit.
Yeah, they actually. Yeah, but they also released the Sonic movie.
Not that. Not that. This company called Amish Arms LLC, East Prospect, Pennsylvania. It's real. It's an Amish gun maker.
Oh. Yeah, they make more money. They're like millions of dollars, and they do their taxes, man. Let's see, what would be the B movie stuff? I'm looking at a list of B movies that I've seen.
Oh yeah, I was watching Boss Show's take on Beastars.
Beastars? What did he say?
Oh my, the dude was pretty much roasting the fuck out of that furry anime. Like, the guy was pretty much roasting the series, like the first episode, and then there. I mean, this is the same guy who did the reviews for movies like the how should I say this? Boss Show. I know he did the bootleg the Radio Brinquedo movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He also did the Cool Cat review before he
Oh,
got. Yeah. He did the Cool Cat movie reviews.
I remember. I hate everything. Yeah, everyone watched that Cool Cat movie. It was like even the Uganda movie was kind of funny. Like he gave that a good review for some weird reason.
Even the dude from Hollywood.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of the reviews of that movie. There's also the fucking hell, Rat City Street Kids. Holy fucking shit, man! That movie is absolute garbage, dude. You should check it out.
Let's see, the movie called The Mosquito Man.
Rat City Street Kids Believe in Santa. I was actually watching it on Christmas Eve of all days. I was watching that movie.
Oh God.
Yeah, they blew all the budget on the voice actors, and the rest It's no different than a simple Blender rendering. Oh, it's so bad.
I might watch this crappy movie. It's called. I'm watching this movie. It's called Trek of the Mutants White Bone Lady. I'm not kidding. That's the title of it. It's a martial arts movie.
Mm.
That's another one I probably should watch. Let's see what else they have. Treks. Oh, it's episodic. I get it. It's an episodic kung fu movie. Trek of Mutants. It's like Trek of Mutants or something like that. It's like a kung fu Chinese movie.
Now that I think about it, there is if there is a kung fu movie I wish that was around.
Yeah.
I want a sequel. I want that fucking sequel to come out. Of Kung Fu Kung Pao Enter the Fist. But I know damn well it's not gonna happen.
You never know. Let's see. They have.
Oh dear God.
I know IP Man has so many freaking sequels. I don't know why they keep making more sequels of IP Man.
The fourth one is going to be the last one.
Good, because they've been over milking that so many times. If they would have done it like consistently, like every sequel, like he's in China, he escapes, then second movie he tries to work out things, and then the last one could have been like he basically teaches like
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, dealing with the process of aging or something like that. At least 3 movies and that's it.
No, the thing is, the third one, it was more like dealing with the fact that his wife died of cancer, and then he moved to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And then after that, he meets up with Bruce Lee, with young Bruce Lee. And the fourth one is going to be actually Bruce Lee fighting against and Ip Man and Master Ip fighting against the Americans.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know why they did that. Taichi Hero, Taiji Zero.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they got
there's a COVID-19 case in my neighborhood.
That sucks.
Jesus Christ.
They can't even get it right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Alright, let me go ahead and do something here, because I gotta go ahead and look up some stuff. Because there's a lot of things. Everyone's talking about this. Let's see. Denzel Washington. Interaction with the police and distressed man earns praise for following the police's brutality in Minnesota. Let's see here. Let's see here. The old days of YouTube. Final Fantasy Star Online launches, wasting everyone's time. That I can agree with. The vast majority of people are upset about this. Let's see here. Electric Woman versus Dynamite Woman. Why is it? It's not like the watch list. Let me see. What did I watch? I want to watch this anime. It's like I already watched it. Well, whatever's going on, excuse me, I'll say this. There's been a lot of things that have been happening lately, and a lot of people are talking about certain things that have been going on in the internet. Mike Zuckerberg says social networks should not be fact-checking politics. Well, let's put it this way. The hate and profit machines that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracy theorists to talk about how social media platforms should not essentially allow politicians to lie without consequences. This erodes our democracy. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, Elizabeth Warren is now trying to justify this. All right, let me go ahead and put out the news here.
When our daughter and her kids moved in with...
All right, this is what I'm going to try to do and see what Mark Zuckerberg has to say about this. And I'm going to go ahead and let him talk about this in his own words and see how the media tries to betray him in this way. So let's go ahead and do that.
On social media companies is going to happen today. It comes after 2 of President Trump's tweets were tagged by Twitter with a warning, prompting readers to fact-check the posts. In a rare interview, I spoke with Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg yesterday, virtually. We did that yesterday afternoon, and I asked him what he thought of Twitter's move.
But I think we've been pretty clear on what I think the right approach is, which is that I don't think that Facebook or internet platforms in general should be arbiters of truth. I think that's a kind of a dangerous line to get down to in terms of deciding what is true and what isn't. And I think political speech is one of the most sensitive parts in a democracy. And people should be able to see what politicians say. And there's a ton of scrutiny already. Political speech is the most scrutinized speech a lot of the media, and I think that will continue. Now, of course, we have lines. So just because we don't want to be determining what is true and false, doesn't mean that that politicians or anyone else can just say whatever they want. And our policies are grounded in trying to give people as much a voice as possible, while saying, if you're going to harm people in specific ways, or if you're going to do something that's going to cause violence, or if you're saying that something is a cure to a disease that has been proven to be a cure, but it's not, and that could lead people to either not seek another treatment or do something that could be harmful, we'll take that down no matter who says that. We had a case recently where the Brazilian president was saying that hydroxychloroquine was proven by scientists.
Yeah, what's up? I'm actually playing the video of Mark Zuckerberg talking about the issue about the platform. Mike Zuckerberg says social networks should not be fact-checking political speech. Did you hear that one?
To be safe, and we had to make the difficult decision of taking that down, even though we want to provide as much voices as possible. So there are lines, and we will enforce them.
Oh, dude, there's
but I think in general, you want to give as wide of a voice as possible.
There is an anime that I want to check out when it comes out. It's called Super Cub.
Oh God.
Yeah. No. It's not a superhero movie. It's not a superhero anime. It's actually an anime between a girl and a Honda Super Cub. Yeah, a motorcycle anime.
Jesus.
No, that's actually very cool because rarely is that ever a thing, especially the last one that came out was.
I think that's like a promotional anime. Like they're trying to promote people to buy those Honda Cubs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Honda has been doing this for years. In fact, that motorcycle has been out since the 1950s as the Honda Dream. And it was actually, and it still is to this day, according to the Guinness Book of Records, the best-selling motorized vehicle ever made.
Well, I do recall that they actually sold motorcycles as well. And I recall that they actually sold, like they actually commercialized their they used. You heard of the show Kamen Rider, right?
Yeah.
They actually use their motorcycles.
Yeah, Super Sentai also did the same with Suzuki.
Yeah.
So it's an in deal.
They're finally gonna end Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Never bothered with it, so
yeah.
Why should I care?
Let's see. What else are they having? Like, I'm just looking up the thing. Like, I'm looking up the whole news about Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg told CNN that he does not think social networks should be fact-checking what politicians post. Political speech...
Hold the phone. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
The man who will absolutely suck you for even the smallest and dumbest things imaginable, saying that we shouldn't be fact-checking whatever people do, and yet, that's exactly what they've been doing as of recently.
Yeah, here's another thing, because this was posted by Elizabeth Warren. This is what she said. Zuckerberg went on Fox News, and I'm going to prove this. I'm going to show this to you guys since I'm not lying. This is Elizabeth Warren's social media post on this. She said, Zuckerberg went on Fox News, a hate-for-profit machine that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracy theorists to talk about how social media platforms should essentially allow politicians to lie without consequences. This is eroding our democracy, says Elizabeth Warren, who claims to be a Native American.
Yeah, 1024 fucking Cherokee or whatever the fuck she is. Really, this
1%.
Dude, that bitch is about as Native American as Rachel Dolezal is black.
I know. And the funny thing is like, I was like showing the video of it. I was like, the company, however, does have lines that no one, including politicians, is allowed to cross, said Zuckerberg. And I that's in my defense of Zuckerberg. He says that he doesn't agree with it. Like, I don't think Facebook or internet platforms in general should be arbiters of truth. That's what he said. Zuckerberg told Sokin in an interview and aired Thursday morning that political speech is one of the most sensitive parts of the democracy, and people should be able to see what politicians say. Although he said,
I honestly don't believe in anything that motherfucker says.
I know, because he just straights out. His face is very cold. Like, he just doesn't really. Like, and then, of course, here's what he says. Although Facebook does not use independent fact-checkers who review content on social networks, the point of the fact-checkers is really to catch the worst of the worst stuff, Zuckerberg said. The point of the program isn't to try to praise words on something slightly true or false, he said. In terms of political speech, again, I think you want to give broad differences of political process and political speech. Yeah. Facebook announced it in October that they would allow politicians to run ads on social network, even if that includes misinformation.
Oh, yeah, Lord.
I know. That's the funny thing. They are contradicting themselves. Like, that's how bad it is with true or false. Even if it's true or false, it's like, that's politics for you. Like, they're trying not to get involved in it, but they are. There are clear lines in the map of specific harms and damage that can be done where we take down the content, he said, but overall includes comparing to some of the other companies. We try to be more on the side of giving people a voice of free expression. Yeah, right.
You know, this is the same motherfucker who flags pages like FDF of Times because to them they are fake news.
I know.
I mean, yes, I will give him the fact that the Epoch Times is funded by a bunch of Falun Gun practitioners.
Yeah.
And it's a cult. It's a cult, plain and simple.
Yeah.
But when it comes to doing research for the Chinese Communist Party, they do a very good job. Even if they're a little biased. But you know what? That is one of the least important things.
Oh yeah, here's something I gotta show you. This is funny. I actually followed this from. Let me see if I can.
Never said it wasn't.
All right, let me play this. Let me play this. This is funny. This is kind of Stevie Ray arguing with Vince Russo. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, I'll give you a link to. Let me get a link to you, because this has got to be. I don't know if it's comedy gold or drama, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out on the general, because they're having an argument. And I'll play it to the audience. So it's just like a minute or something, like 50 seconds of it.
But that's business. That's the American.
I never said it wasn't.
I never
said it wasn't.
What's wrong with that? You're vilifying them.
I never said it wasn't. I'm admitting it is a great business plan, but I know what is propaganda, though, to keep people thinking. You know, why 22 years? Tell me that.
Propaganda.
Why 22 years? Why 22 years?
Propaganda means they painted a picture that was not true. You tell what wasn't true about that picture. You tell me what wasn't true.
Everything in that whole thing was contrived. Propaganda also takes your mind when you're thinking one thing and make it think another. That is what the news does to you on a daily basis, man. Really? On a daily basis. That is what news do to people on a daily basis. And we've covered that many times.
Okay, what was contrived?
Damn! Stevie Ray got it. He gets it. Stevie Ray gets it. Did you see that? Stevie Ray gets it. Okay, let's see here. This is another fake news one. Don Lemon, no one wants to hear from the birther-in-chief. Oh, God. Oh, that's funny. That's mean. No one wants to hear the birther-in-chief. Okay, let's see. Reported looters steal from Target store amid the Minneapolis protest. Let me see. Let me look up something on the website known as Senkenku Complex. B&A, brand new animal.
Oh yeah, the trigger anime. Let me guess. There's some outrage behind. There's
Yeah.
some outrage.
Not really. They basically report on.
Well,
Like,
the fact. Go ahead.
let's see. Oh, it's just the cutesy stuff in it.
Oh, but guess who makes it?
Who? Trigger?
Trigger. Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with Trigger because I actually bought one of their animes because the fact that I actually want to support them because of the fact that they are ex-employees of Gainax, and I would rather support them because they still uphold the tradition of making animation at a convention.
Yeah, and Trigger is when it comes to a lot of their anime, they're absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I love it for.
And a lot of their, go ahead.
The thing with this one is, I feel like they're pretty much going appealing to the furries.
Because I can tell you why. Because they go to every fan base. They always make fun of every fan base.
And it's not that I don't hate furries. I just don't want to watch furry and a lot of.
I get
and
it.
And this is coming from a guy who watched Ishizoku reviewers.
Yeah.
So maybe the anime would be pretty fun.
Yeah, because I understand. It's like but the thing is, they are you have to understand those guys in Gainax. You ever seen Otaku no Video?
What?
An anime called Otaku no Video.
What is that about?
Otaku no Video was made by Gainax. It was basically it was kind of like a documentary / animated movie. And it basically focuses on otaku culture. And I watched that anime and I was like, and I was kind of funny. It kind of brought out these little facts about fact that cosplayers are more likely to go to Disneyland, which is true. And this movie came out like, let me look it up.
I do remember that Gainax originally started out at conventions because of Super Daikon.
Oh yeah, and
that's
how they started. But I watched the movie of Otaku no Video, and it was interesting to say the least, because it was like I really liked it. I really liked it, the Otaku no Video, because it kind of was like, it was a spoof, but it was also like a documentary in a way, because it kind of talks about otaku culture, and it talks about somewhat like a life story of the creators and the animators of Gainax.
I do remember that Hiroyuki. Wait, is Hiroyuki Imaishi one of the featured ones, because he used to work at Gainax?
Yeah, I think so. And this was done by directed by Takashi Moro, and also written by Toshio Okada, Kyohei. The music, it was basically made by Studio Gainax. And I watched the 2-episode OVA, and it was actually pretty good.
Man, the last thing I've ever watched from Gainax was actually Kareshi Kanojo. Which was, the mother of all romantic comedies.
Yeah, because the series, because it basically betrays, like, because the fact that this betrayed otaku culture, it was funny too. Like, it tries to make references to anime and all, like certain animes. That's how good it was. Even it brought up like the airsoft otaku, the garage kit otaku, and the shut in otaku, like the video recording guys, like the people like to record like commercials and all that other stuff. Like, I'm not kidding, those people exist. Let's see. It engaged with unsavory activities as like pornography, like sell thieves. Like, you know, that people like to sell like anime cells at conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it even attracts like the pornography fan attempting to manufacture glasses to defeat the mosaic censorship common in Japan, and porn videos who shut down masturbating during an interview. The computer gamer, famous Gainax member Hideki Anno, obsessed with characters in hentai computer games. Noriko from Gunbuster was one of them, according to the source I was like looking at. Because this anime was is a very rare anime, because Otaku no Video is also featured on the app known as Retro Crush. And I thought it was really interesting story, because after watching that video, it was like a documentary of it gets into the otaku culture, explaining what the otaku culture is and what they were dealing with back in the 80s. And mind you, this was in the 80s. And I thought it was a really cool movie for an OVA. But then again,
you know, this actually sounds more like a mockumentary.
It was in a way, but it kind of had like the animation storyline, and then it kind of had these otaku interviewed in real life, talking about their hobby and everything, and talking about it. It was kind of interesting. And they even bring out these little facts like they do with the movie, and I thought it was just funny. BlizzCon is officially canceled due to Cornelius. That's funny. Like, duh, it's obvious.
Of course, Dragon Con as well, because...
Yeah.
You know what I ordered recently?
What did you order?
I ordered an Xbox 360 controller.
Oh.
Yeah. It was actually for it's an Xbox 360, a wired Xbox 360 controller from GameStop of all places. For some reason, GameStop still works.
Yeah, they're doing okay. It's just their business right now is kind of limited, online only right now, because they closed down in where I live. They had to shut it down because due to that virus, and it's like right now it's pretty bad out there. Like, even when I was working at the job at Walmart, it's hectic because people are getting in trying to get their money's worth.
Well, I'll be honest with you, for $20, the controller is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I will agree. If you can get something that cheap, you could probably get it, because right now I'm assuming that GameStop is trying to sell everything cheap because they're trying to get rid of all their inventory.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that they even had Xbox 360 controllers in the first place, because
the old ones.
You can't even find the old ones.
You can, but it's kind of like you can't even find the whatchamacallit, the original Mad Cat ones, because they discontinued them.
Yeah, I remember that Mad Cats went broke.
Yeah, they went broke, but there was certain models that can last long, but there's certain models that did not last long. Like, I'm not kidding. I had to buy an LED, like one of those little LED Xbox 360 controllers.
Oh yeah.
Those
I have an App Play gaming accessories controller, and it's see-through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also wired as well.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that they don't do these anymore. Like see-through controllers are actually pretty boss.
Yeah. Let's see. The Logitech G Sports thing. Let's see, what is that? Advanced play for esports players. If you are ready to race in 2020 Logitech McLaren G Challenge, hop into the. Okay, I'll give you the link to this.
Oh, this is for Gran Turismo Sport.
Yeah, it's for car. It's actually Project Cars 2.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that Project Cars is now an esports game.
Yeah, I'll link
Besides
it to you.
Gran Turismo.
I'll link it to you. That's the one.
I have been wanting another Logitech steering wheel for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Driving Force GT. The only thing that's bad with it happens to be the USB cable.
Yeah, that's the issues with a lot of the Logitech designs.
And for some reason, I cannot find it to save my ass. I can't find. I can find the wheel, but not the wire itself.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's Forza Horizon. Oh, that's Forza Horizon. I'm just I turned down the Ed spots.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be loading right now. Ah, there we go. It has been a while since I played this though.
Yeah, because a lot of people are talking about a lot of things that have been going down on the internet.
So, JT, Puerto Rico officially is on the first stage of opening.
That's good. I just hope they, but they probably will have to be a little bit cautious and safe about it. Little by little, all they need is just mask and also the material they need for cleaning supplies. Hopefully, they can do better.
Depends, because...
¿Cómo le envío esto a Juni? Que dijo que él dijo que había visto esto y yo le dije que tú habías comprado esos Sorry a Yamile, que te lo envíe.
You know, it actually depends because... Hold on, let me send this real quick. Está en vivo, está con un amigo mío. Y hola.
Smoke
Mira.
pouring out in Napa.
Que diga hola.
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 Y hola.
¿Cómo estás, señor?
Segundo. Habla.
Hello.
Lou, how's it going?
Hola.
Es un amigo mío, se llama JT.
Yeah. Yo no me da bien.
No lo oigo. Envíale.
Mom says that she can't hear you, but she did.
Ah, que habla inglés. Yo no.
¿Es puertorriqueño?
Ah.
Sí.
Alright. Dude.
Yeah.
Ah, está conectado ahora mismo, pero...
¿Qué te va a hacer parte de eso?
It's just I live out in I live way out up north. That's the problem with me.
Oh yeah. She said, alright, she said hi.
Hi.
Yeah, that was my mom. Anyways, what were we?
Oh yeah, we were talking about your the video game that you were playing, and also the USB controller thing, or somewhere around that conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, this controller ain't bad actually. It's actually from GameStop.
That's good,
Uh,
and it works fine.
Like they have a brand that's about that has their own products besides
Yeah.
what's the name of this other company? It's the one with that sells and controls of Walmart. App Play. There we go.
App Play. Yeah.
Not App Play, but rather fuck me. Power A. Yeah, that's the one. This is basically the GameStop equivalent of a Power A controller.
Oh God. I got some news for you.
What is it?
Rumored Harry Potter RPG may be confirmed. May been confirmed.
What?
Yeah.
What did they confirm?
They are making an RPG of Harry Potter.
Oh dear Lord, why?
I don't know why.
Enough! Please! Enough with the Harry Potter bullshit! God damn!
I know. When Harry will join a group of... Oh, God.
Wait a minute, who is making this game? I mean, I remember
it's possibly EA. I have a feeling that they're gonna get because EA has made a lot of money off of the Harry Potter games.
Well, they do have the rights for it.
Yeah, because there was gameplay that was leaked years ago. I'm gonna go ahead and see.
I've lost 13 pounds so far, and I'm only on.
No, I don't want to listen to this.
But yeah, a Harry Potter RPG.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the old ones were basically adventure games more than RPGs.
Yeah.
It's an interesting twist.
Yeah, because by the looks of this, I'm looking at the the leak RPG idea that they're doing. By the looks of it, it does seem like they are making a sort of a. It does look like it's like a Dragon Age mod, by the looks of it, and they're using. By the looks of the engine that they're using Frostbite.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing the pictures of it and everything. It does have somewhat of an element to Dragon Age Inquisition in a way. Because you could see the leaks of the footage and everything. Oh, this is pretty interesting. It does have somewhat clips of attacks and everything. Yeah, I'll give you guys the leaks to it. I'll show you the video that was leaked.
Oh, regarding, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I never gave a shit about Harry Potter, but I knew about the games thanks in fact to GamePro.
Yeah.
When they did the first article for the first Harry Potter made for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And they pretty much filled us in on the characters like Hermione Granger and. I mean, yeah, I have seen the Harry Potter movies, but I haven't gone past that. I haven't read the book. I never gave a shit about the.
I didn't really care much about it. I did like the last movie didn't really do so well. It was a disappointing ending for the series because I can understand what's her name didn't like the idea of it happening.
And then you have the Harry Potter fandom being.
I know they're
absolutely
very cringy. Oh, speaking of which, you heard about the wrestler that died, the Japanese wrestler.
Oh yeah, Hana Kimura.
Yeah, Hana Kimura.
She committed suicide because people went after her because of a TV show.
Yeah, and that I kind of watched. I kind of heard about the TV show. Apparently, that outfit that she had that was destroyed had some sentimental value to her. And
how the fuck?
Because that was the outfit that she went to New Japan Pro Wrestling doing that promotion for that match, because it was the first time they allowed a women's division. And it turns out New Japan bought out Stardom, and it was the outfit that she wore that she wrestled in for an exhibition match at New Japan. And I think that's what happened. I'm not saying don't get this wrong, because I actually had someone disagree with me on this, and I want to address this. That's my speculation, and I'm not going to try to trivialize her death on that one, because I know that I actually looked at a video about this, and what happened to her was sad. And I want to respectfully say I apologize, because the thing that I said when I posted this, I said that the outfit she was upset about was sentimental about to her. That was the outfit she used in New Japan Pro Wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom 14. It was a special match, exhibition match, and that was like a big match.
Yeah, it was probably her debut match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I swear I swear a lot of people in the West just don't give a just people in the West are some of the coolest motherfuckers on earth. I mean, these Twitter has to be the worst page out there, the worst of the social media pages, because it's just. I honestly hate saying the term toxic because it's a buzzword to me. But that is the only thing I can say about Twitter. It is incredibly toxic. And I mean it unironically. Twitter is a cesspool. My sister is a wrestling fan herself, and she and Shay, yeah, I was saying that my sister, I knew about Hana Kimura, because my sister, because she's a big wrestling buff.
Yeah.
Well, she and her husband. Yeah. Both of them love wrestling, and well,
yeah, because I felt bad for her, because she had potential, because she knew English. She was definitely could be signed to all these other.
She could have gone to the WWE. She could.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Hana-san would have been an interesting opponent for Asuka.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like there was a lot of other talk about her too, especially her skin color, her shoulders, just her appearance in general. She's half Japanese and half Indonesian, from the very toxic.
Yeah. Oh, she's Hafu.
Yeah. She lost she lost her temper and grabbed a hat and of the casters and threw it to the side. And she did not slap him or anything, unlike many rumors that she did. This was heavily scripted and edited in reality show. Portrayed her as a villain. The incident occurred in January 2020, but only recently aired in Netflix Japan 2 months ago. In her last post on Twitter, she said more than 100 hate comments to her daily since the episode aired, telling her to kill herself, please die, and disappear forever.
Who enough? I don't
Yeah, that's why it's the reality show itself. I'm not gonna say that it was her friend, it was her housemates or anything. It was the reality show itself that caused this death. Because right now, in Japan, they're going to take it seriously in response to that whole situation because of the fact she got killed.
Yeah, in Japan, suicide is a very serious matter to the point that, holy shit.
Yeah.
If anyone's watching and want to off yourself,
don't do it.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Don't kill yourself. Don't do that stuff. I did that once, and I realized that there was more to life than ever just to live, because I actually attempted that, and because I couldn't deal with the reality of my family not, because what happened was I wanted a way out. I wanted to go. I had to take all that medication that I was having an issue with because no one listened to me, and I felt bad because that was how bad I wanted to get. I wanted a way out, so I took the medication, and because all the problems I had was basically taking all those medications, I had to kill myself because of it. Because I couldn't stand the issues that I had with, because my dad kind of yelled at me, my mom insisted that I take this medication, and I decided to take all that medication because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't stand it. Because every day I was like feeling like my days were just going to be the same thing over and over again. So I took my chance and just took the pill and swallowed it. And my family wanted me to go to the hospital, and I was like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. And they insisted I go to the hospital, and I went, and they had to pump my stomach full of that stuff. And I had to go to ward because of that. I had to deal with some really big issues.
Fucking hell, dude.
I know. That's how fucked up I am. Because I was miserable. And I can relate to the fact that her situation was bad.
God. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were some people. There were some people that. Yeah, you're trivializing. You're the one who trivializing what he said is true. The NWGP doesn't have a female division, so what is more exposure to the Stardom, and what they had a chance in Wrestle Kingdom pre-show. Because sure, we could get into the details about how she was bullied her entire life for being mixed race, but that's just a speculation. We know for certain that her TCS ring gear held value to her. And it's like, there was one guy defending my argument, and it was a video that I watched.
What really?
By Become Your Own Hero. And she made a really good video talking about the reality show of what happened, and it kind of some people agreed with me on the whole outfit theory, because the outfit theory was the main reason why I believe she killed herself over, because she was upset with her roommates over that outfit. And a lot of people didn't realize that was my theory. It's not really just because she kind of got upset over the fact that outfit was worth $1,000, and I found out that outfit was what she wore at Wrestle Kingdom 14.
Damn.
Yeah, because that's where they had that special exhibition match for Stardom promotion, and it was held there. And I know that I kind of have to agree with another person saying and I want to address this, and I want to go ahead. I recommend you subscribe to Become Your Own Hero, because that person actually made a really interesting video on what happened to Hana Kimura on Terrence's house. What do I think killed? I don't think her housemates killed her. I think the reality show is what killed her, betraying her. And I do agree with the talking points of these people saying that I think the reality show itself was the villain in this whole story.
There's also the other wrestler who died recently. His name was Shad
Gaspar.
Was it Shay Shepard or something?
No, his name is Shad Gaspar. Shad Gaspar.
Shad Gaspar. Oh,
yeah, it's kind of French, but it's he was a part of Crime Time, a wrestling tag team, a very popular one at that, but it was short lived.
Yeah, but the last thing he did was he told the Elector to save his son and not him,
because he would rather his son live on than him,
and
because his son would have been dead.
Yeah, it's this is a bad case of tragic hero.
Yeah,
but I kind of understand why he did it. And in my hometown, there was a wrestler named Isaac Rosario.
Yeah.
Who died. Ends up the guy used to be on the WWC back in the day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who the guy was, but yet my mom told me that she worked with her wife, with the guy's wife.
Yeah.
He died of cancer, from what I recall. So, in the case of Hana, she didn't deserve the treatment that she got.
I know, and the fact that social media kind of attacked her, it does seem hurtful, and a lot of people brought up like racist stuff towards her, and I kind of do feel sad about it, because the whole detail kind of revealed some of the things that were said. The thing
go ahead. All things considered, regarding the Japanese, is that hafus are actually discriminated against.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know who a hafu is a half Japanese, half anything else. Like you got half American, half like Naomi Osaka or Len.
Yeah.
And then you got half Korean, like Romy Park.
Yeah, there's even the Japanese
Brazilians.
Yeah. Yeah,
and they are to the average Japanese citizens, they are not considered full-fledged Japanese people.
Yeah.
And then there's Joji, who is half Australian and half Japanese.
Yeah. And everyone considers him Korean. I'm not kidding. Like, half of the J-pop crowd thought he was Korean.
I can't believe these retards thought that I didn't know that Joji was Filthy Frank. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's because some of them probably grew up in a different era.
And then they go on that canceling spree because they have this giant boner for Korean ladyboys.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. Most K-pop singers actually look like they belong. They came out of a plastic surgery factory.
Oh God, you're really gonna go that far? You know they're gonna try to cancel us if we say that shit. Like, they're gonna go up to me and ask me, "Don't say that stuff. You're being racist." And I'm like, "Look, I'm sorry, but you guys are creepier than hell. So stop, because you guys are so obsessive about these groups. I have no. I actually talked to some of you guys. Some of you are cool. It's just there's some certain ones in the fan base that go too far and go to the extreme. Like, they basically, you know.
I know someone who told me that very same thing. Believe it or not, they apologized.
Yeah.
And they told me that not all K-pop singers are like that, and I told them, yeah, it's true. It's true. I agree. It's the loud minority that makes you guys look bad. If you're into K-pop, that's fine. That's cool. Go ahead and listen to it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm looking at his.
But keep a leash on some of the nut jobs in your community, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shad Gaspar's wife, but holy hell, she's like a bodybuilder. Like, I do feel bad though. Like, Shad Gaspar, like his wife is pretty cute, but I can see what happened to her. Like, yeah, she was somewhat of a Miss Fitness pro, and it's kind of sad too because it's like he's gonna miss his wife.
Well, she's gonna miss her husband.
Yeah, and
and let's be honest here, his kid is going to be the most affected as well, because I know what it's like to lose a dad. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, my family lost their dad, and it was one of our nephews. The fucked up part about that is that he killed himself in front of them.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was like our cousin-in-law, and they had a divorce, and he wanted to make amends to his wife and talk to them, and basically he wants to come back and be in a relationship with the wife, but the wife refused, and basically it was like, I'm still upset with my cousin for that, because she basically didn't care. And it was sad though. It was like he killed himself in front of her kids.
And she didn't give a shit. She just, yeah, that's it really shows her character, you know.
Yeah, and it's like
fucking hell.
I know, and the kids got tormented. I met one of them when we did a vacation in Florida. They were good kids. I really liked them. Really good kids. Next time, if I ever consider going to Florida with them to Disney, I'm gonna just hopefully go to Disneyland with them if I had the money.
Okay, so there is some regarding Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
I want to change topic because this is I'm sorry, JT, but it's a bit depressing. I know for both of us. I mean, we have been pretty depressing, but
yeah, we got a couple of minutes left. We could go ahead.
So I remember something about a live action version of Cowboy Bebop in other works, and
Netflix.
Kaiji Tang is going to be the guy who plays Spike.
Netflix.
Oh, okay. And I remember the guy who's gonna play him is none other than Kaiji Tang.
Kaiji Tan.
Yeah, at least that's what I heard.
Okay.
Technically, that would be spot on because Spike lives in what looks like space Hong Kong. or I mean, that's what Mars in Cowboy Bebop is. Actually, it's Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's basically Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have watched that that thing and basically said, yeah, it looks like Hong Kong in a way.
You got the triads. You got the highly. You got the Chinese population.
And you got a couple of foreigners here and there, and the Native Americans, but it's like somewhat between California, and sometimes between certain places like Mexico or something like that.
Yeah, this would be. Yeah, of all things, Mars actually looks like. Mars kind of looks like an amalgamation of California.
Yeah. So the only thing I will say is
I really hope this series doesn't go to shit, because the original is it's a masterpiece.
that's fair.
And the Netflix version, well, let's hope it doesn't have the same effect as Death Note, because that movie did not do the series justice at all.
Okay.
And I mean, I'll be honest with you, rarely does any live action adaptation of anything that's anime related do that.
All right. 4 minutes.
I mean, Street Fighter. It's more of a video game, but yeah, Street Fighter, Hokuto no Ken, which honestly was an absolute shit show of an adaptation. It was clearly done by someone who never saw the Fist of the North Star anime. And when I watched it, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was very disappointed.
How bad?
I mean, despite the fact that Costas Mandylor was the guy who played Kenshiro, but he didn't do the role very well.
Yeah, there was a lot of reasons why, because budgeting and everything. It was like a B movie sort of thing.
Who even?
New Line Cinema did it. They did the Ninja Turtles, but they decided to do an adaptation of the anime.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice place. I was actually watching I was watching the Nerds review of the Teenage Mutant animated series, and I actually did have the 3 movies.
Yeah,
I used to be into.
Yeah, because New Line Cinema had been known, and they also were a part of a documentary with the Canon series. You know, the Canon movies.
Oh yeah.
They were also they were kind of the spiritual successor to New Line to Canon, because Canon was known to make like a lot of movies, and they were known
cheesy.
They were known for the Chuck Norris movie.
They also did the a couple of Van Damme movies like Bloodsports.
Yeah.
And the Gremlins movies.
Yeah, because Cannon Group was kind of the pinnacle of 80s movies. Like, they were known for Bloodsport. They were known for American Ninja. They were known for Breakin'.
Oh no! Don't tell me they did. Oh yeah, they did. Didn't they?
Yeah, and it was called. It was basically the documentary itself was basically called Electric Boogaloo. Breaking Electric 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yes, a lot of people. Yeah, Breakin' was kind of their biggest movie, and they also were known for Masters of the Universe movie, Cobra, Superman, The Quest for Peace, Death Wish 2, Life Force, Missing in Action, and Delta Force. Those are the movies that they were known for. They were also known for Cyborg, which Jean-Claude Van Damme was in. And my favorite, out of all the movies I liked out of it, was basically The Barbarians with the Barbarian Brothers. They were like two bodybuilders. They were well known in the they were trying to get into the movie scene. They were also known for the Hercules movies too, with Lou Ferrigno, I believe.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I actually watched that Hercules movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they also did Sinbad with Lou Ferrigno.
Man, Canada in the '80s was, well, at least they did it. At least they had a lot of effort regarding the movies. Nowadays, you just.
Yeah, they did. Anyways, I gotta end the series. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. I gotta go.
All right, man. See you, dude.
Yeah, you take care, man. You.
Really hope so. It's wonderful.